So, hello people, welcome to the video lecture series of learning C Sharp. In this topic or in this lecture, we will covering about the control statements, that how the control statements are been working, and we will also understand them with some examples. So, let's get started. Now, basically, what are the control statements? Control statements consist of the many of the conditions like if else, nested if else if, and many more statements. Let us go through this. In C# programming, the if statement is used to test the condition. There are various types of if statement in C#. If statement, if else statement, nested if else if. So first, let us clear our basic knowledge that how the if statement gets working. Here, the C# if statement tests the condition. It is executed if the condition is true. You can see the syntax of the if condition here. Like in the after the if we have stated, you have to mention the condition. If the condition falls true, then the code which is to be executed is written here and it will be executing. But if the condition is not true, then the code will not be executed. On the left hand side, you can see the flow diagram, that how the flow is first entering in the condition, and if the condition stays true, then the if code will be executed, and if it is getting false, then after if code will be executed, means it will be carrying on, and the if code will not be executed if the conditions falls true. You Now we will understand this betterly with an example. Here in the input, we have a code of a block of code which states that here we are using a system library, and after that we have initiated a class if example. The if example is a class name, and we have given it a public property. Now after that we have stated a method which is a main method, and in this we have given an integer initialized, integer num, which is equals to 10. We are saying that if this number is an even number, means the number modulo 2 equal to 0, then it should be printing console.writeLine it is an even number. So on the output side you can see that it is even number is been printed. So likewise we will continue further with another control statement, which is if else statement. In the if else statement also tests the condition. It executes the if block if condition is true, otherwise else block is executed. You can see the syntax here. First of all, you have to mention the condition in the if block, and if the condition is true, then the code which is below it will be executing. If the condition is been false, then the else block will be executed. Now, on the left hand side, you can see the flow of it. For an example, at the initial state, the flow will be entering into the condition. If it is true, then the if code will be executed. And if the condition falls false, then the else code will be executed. And the code will move, carry on. So, let us understand this with an now. Let's carry on with the third control statement, which is if else if. Now in this, the C# if else if ladder statement executes one condition from the multiple statements. For an example, if the condition 1 in the if block is true, then the code to be executed if the condition 1 is true will be executing. If it is not true, then it will check else if block, which is the condition 2. And if the condition true is true, then the code to be executed if the condition 2 is true will be executed. Likewise, it will move further and check all the conditions until any condition is been proved true. And if all the conditions are false, then the else block will be executed. Now, you can see here that how this all works with the flow diagram. Now let us understand this what is switch case. Switch case is nothing but it is used where, for an example, you have to check a tremendous amount of conditions in your code. So you will be writing like if else block many a times. So to overcome this, all the languages including C sharp are given a switch case. Now let us understand what is this switch case. The C sharp switch statement executes one statement from the multiple conditions. It is like if else if ladder statement in C sharp. You can see the syntax here. For an example, you have to mention the expression in the switch statement, and according to the expression, the case are given. For an example, if the expression is 10, then the case 1 for an example is 1. The case 2 is the value 2 is the 2. Likewise, if the case 10 is 10, then that case will be executing after checking previous all the cases. And if all the cases are not matching, then it will automatically run the default code. And after that, we have in all the cases after the code we are mentioning the break statement that it will be break. Here you can see the flow of the switch statement in this flow diagram. So thank you for listening to this lecture, and we will be continuing this video series with the next lecture of what are the loops and how they works. Thank you.